Well, folks, it's me again, RikuRocks2001 here, making another video. Sorry I haven't been making videos for quite a while, but hey, I got to make something to make up for that. Now, I'm sure a lot of you remember my 3DS XL unboxing I did back in 2011, 2012. I think it was 2012 or 2013. I unboxed this unit in that video, and I still have it, although I had a lot of great hours on that system, even though the battery life is somewhat questionable. But it was better than the original 3DS. If you have an original 3DS, you might want to get an extended battery if you're not going to play more than 4 hours. Well, or less than 4 hours, that is. 4 to 6 hours to be more specific. I don't remember how long the battery life on our original 3DS is. I do know the XL was an improvement of that. Same with the newer XL models. Not sure about the original new 3DS, but the 2DS was kind of short like the original 3DS. But back on topic. So, anyway, this is the original 3DS XL. I have 2 others. I'll get into those in a moment. It's red and black. My dad got me from Best Buy as a birthday present. I love this thing. Although originally it did not have this extended battery. This is a extended battery made by Mugen. This is a great third-party peripheral. If you're after extended battery, I'd recommend these. They're kind of pricey, but they're worth every penny. I'll go ahead and show you around the system. You got your L and R buttons, your cartridge slot at the top, your charging port right there, your I don't know what that thing is, but it's for wireless transfers. And on the side here you have your physical Wi-Fi switch to turn it on and off. Your stylus slot and your SD card slot. Remember on older 3DS systems you had an SD card you can remove easily? Don't ask why there's a regular to micro adapter in here. Currently there's a 32GB SD card in here. Originally this had a 4GB, although I pretty much made a deal with someone else. I upgraded this to a 32GB. So, I did a system transfer in 2015 when I got this for my birthday a different year. I got this in 2012, 2013, and I got this in 2015, 2014. One of those 2 years. This is the newer 3DS. I'll come back to this guy in a moment. This is what it looked like when you open it. You got your volume slider on the left, I forgot to mention down here. The 3D switch is right here. You got your 2 screens. Camera, 1 in the front, 2 in the back. Your circle pad, your D-pad, your face buttons. The reason why there is no secondary analog is because, first of all, everybody complained about this not having the extra circle pad. You had to buy an accessory that detaches onto the here, and then you would have your extra circle pad Pro. But here's the thing. It's not just the secondary stick. There would be 2 other buttons, Z, L, and ZR. So before any of you complain about why this doesn't have a secondary stick, just remember, the original 3DS didn't have a secondary stick. So if you're going to complain and say, why doesn't it have a second stick? Look. It wasn't until the new 3DS had that feature. So, also the microphone's down right here. There's a... And then you got your select, start, and home buttons. I don't know about you, but the buttons are better than the ones on the original 3DS where they were like on a sheet of paper and then you had to press in there. I didn't like that about the original 3DS. You might have, but I hated that. I did a system transfer to this guy. Now there are 2 ways you can do that if you don't count the wireless transfer in 2 different ways. Actually there's 3 different ways. 4 different ways. If you were to put a micro SD to normal SD in your old 3DS. If you do that trick, you just basically take the micro SD out of here and put it in your new 3DS XL. If you have a regular SD card, you can do it either one of three ways. You can do what I did, a wireless transfer. What you do is you connect these locally. I didn't do a runtime on how quick they were. This was back in 2015. And also, I was busy watching one of my other favorite shows. I had them both plugged into a charger. I had a spare DSi charger for that guy, which didn't come with a charger. New 3DS systems don't come with a charger unless it's a new 2DS. I transferred it to this originally. You got your cartridge slot in the front. Same headphone jack on the older 3DS XL. It was on the side right there. You got your stylus, which comes out in the front. That's a nice feature I like. Power buttons here. Your microphones right there. On the back, to get access to the SD card, you have to take this back panel off. It takes micro SDs. And your charge is in the dead center. The wireless transceiver. The wrist strap is in the back. You got your L and R, but you got your ZL and ZR. Keep in mind, the Circle Pad Pro for the original 3DS had extra buttons. So, for those who were complaining why it didn't come with a secondary analog, keep in mind the Circle Pad Pro had extra buttons, not just the secondary stick. Some people have mixed feelings about the new 3DS XL. This is my original one. Until that little crack right there, it's been bugging me, so I'll come back to this in a moment. You got your same circle pad, directional pad, face buttons. Select and start are moved like original DS Lite or DSi position. The original DS had them up here, if anyone remember. The volume sliders moved to the top. You still have your 3D tracking. But what's nice about the new 3DS systems, they have a camera that picks up where you're moving yourself. So it detects the 3D is better on here. You also got amiibo support. You can stick an amiibo on the screen and it'll do that. The older unit required you to have a wireless adapter to connect through your system to do that. Your single home button down there, microphone, your LED lights, the Wi-Fi, you have to go to setting on this one. That's the new 3DS. Now this is the original thickness. I took the extended battery and I did a system transfer to this guy. This is my main new 3DS XL. Reason why I upgraded to this one, that little crack right there has been bugging me, so I decided, hey, I should just replace the system. Plus, yeah, some of the buttons on that are starting to not work, or something like that. I got this from a pawn shop. This is the it came with the case on the top. There was also a case on the bottom. We'll get into that in a moment. It came with this third-party cover. If I can get this off, it's one of these clear Hori cases that you stick on your 3DS. I only leave it on the top to leave this nice Pokemon skin on here. I have no idea what edition 3DS this is, but it's supposed to be like a midnight bluish color, if you can see. So I think it looks pretty cool with the red and blue in some cases, so I only leave the top one off. On the bottom one I would put on here, but here's the thing. I have my extended Mugen battery on here, so, and I play a lot of hours on my 3DS, so maybe one of these days I'll probably paint this to match this, I don't know. But aside from that, it's the same design and stuff. And also it has these nice Pokemon skin, as you can tell. That looks really nice. So anyway, I did a system transfer from the red guy to this blue one. So sorry if this video has been kind of long, but this is something to keep you guys occupied to looking at. And I got this, as mentioned, from a pawn shop. It was $100. This is the case it came in. I paid $100 for this. It's really nice. Also came, as you can tell, it also came with 3 styluses. Those are the 2. The third one that it came with is pretty cool. if you remember the original 3DS, it had a telescoping stylus. Well, this one, the third one, has that telescoping design. That's pretty cool. I like how this gives you a more hand movement to actually, well, you get the idea. That's pretty cool. That's what I love about those telescoping design. So anyway, that's my video about my 3DS systems. About the new 2DS I unboxed. I don't have that unit anymore. Turns out I actually prefer the new 3DS XL a bit more. So that's my video. Thanks for watching, and hope you like it.